Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome back to another episode of what is the Redmond Roundup. Hope you have been loving this series, so therefore it is repeatedly coming your way. But today is a very special one because I've got some great news, as you know by the title. But before we get into any of the news or the Premier League predictions, because as I said in my last video, the Sheffield preview, go and check that out if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing my Premier League predictions on all the teams tonight. You know, obviously the Aston Villa Leeds game tonight. There's a few Manchester United and Chelsea. Some big games to run over, and that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. But before we do get into any of the news, report, all that malarkey, just want to shout out to the 3 most recent members to join the Redmond army. It is absolutely appreciated. Every subscriber, every viewer. Do you know what? Even if you don't like this content, I just massively appreciate that you've clicked on this video and you've decided to take just even the littlest amount of time out your day to give me a chance. And if you didn't like me, absolutely fair enough. Thank you for the chance. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully you live a wonderful, wonderful life. And I mean that dead sincerely. And I've absolutely just gave it away. I haven't got a cup of tea. And let me tell you why I haven't got a cup of tea. Because I drink that many cup of teas, boys, I'm going to end up shitting myself. I can't. Listen, I had a cup of tea a couple of hours ago. It didn't sit the best. Don't worry, the cup of teas will return. Still get your cup of tea by all means. I'm not stopping you, but today just had to be a little break, do you know what I mean? And hopefully that's understandable. So anyway, thank you very much for that. And without further ado, let's get into the news. Let's get into the predictions and all that. First off, we've got news. We've got Thiago and Matip is in training. The fit. Obviously, that doesn't mean that they will definitely play tomorrow. But when Jurgen Klopp was asked this in his press conference earlier, this is what he came back with. He said, I don't know. Training is after the press conference. We will see who is out there. Now, basically just saying, like, I'm not ruling it out. And do you know what, mate? Absolutely fair enough to him, because maybe he has a little thing up his sleeve for tomorrow's game. Maybe we're going to see Thiago. If you do watch my prediction video, you'll realise I didn't put Thiago in simply for the fact I don't know if he's fit. But if he was fit, of course, I would start him in this game. But make sure you do go and check out that video. And I thought that was some good news to bring at the start of this video, purely based on the fact, with the fact that Van Dijk got injured, and I feel like a broken record talking about injuries, mate. It's unbelievable. In fact, let me tell you a fun stat here on James Pearce's Twitter. Shout out James Pearce, he's the plug. There's a stat here, mate, and it's absolutely unreal when I read it. There has been 78 muscle injuries already for the Premier League players this season. A 42% increase from a stage in the previous campaign reveals how muscle injuries in the Premier League have soared this season. Unreal stat. 42%. 42%. Are you mad? Now, that makes absolutely all the sense in the world if you use your common sense. We're playing games every 3 days, whether it's in the Premier League or the Champions League or the League Cup or whatever. And literally, mate, the players don't have time to train. They're playing constantly and they've got so much to do. It's understandable. It's actually not that surprising. Don't get me wrong. When you look at it at first sight, it's like, wow, bloody hell, that many players are getting injured. But it's like, of course, they're going to drop like flies when you're running them into the ground. And there's not an easy way to go about it, don't get me wrong. But it's devastating. I feel like it's just going to have to be a season, which therefore could make it very exciting, where teams are just going to have to rotate to fuck, man. It's not just Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, I do feel like, maybe this is me being biased, but just from a personal point of view, Liverpool have been the most hard done by. I don't think anyone can have the same impact on a team that Virgil van Dijk has on Liverpool, and therefore I feel like that's the biggest loss that you could possibly ask for. And yeah, mate, and the fact to hear that there, and that's just muscle injuries. Van Dijk wearing a muscle injury, it's crazy, and it's just like, we were going to be naive if we thought that there weren't going to be like an increase in that, because teams aren't fully prepared in these situations, and they've been playing constant football. They never had a break. So it's crap to see, because it doesn't let us see the usual Premier League, but it's also going to be very interesting. Let me know about all your thoughts in the comments down below on all of that. But that's the news pretty much rounded up, you know. Like, there's not much news going about. I thought, just off Jurgen Klopp's press conference, he talked a little bit about younger players and, you know, other players. But in terms of news and updates, even talked briefly on Alisson. He never said it directly that Alisson's out for tomorrow, so do be surprised if Alisson starts, but don't expect it, because I don't expect it, and I don't really want him to. Does that make sense? It's like I don't want him to come back. I want to make sure he's 100% fit. And how annoying would it be if he came back not 100% fit and he gets injured against fucking Sheffield? Fuck that. Even if he just got injured in general against Sheffield, just wait. We can bear with Adrian one more game. Touch fucking wood, because that could really bite me in the ass. Anyway, like I said, Premier League predictions, that's this video. Obviously, the first game is tonight, and then we've got the following games tomorrow and on Sunday. But let's get into, and on Monday. But let's get into the first, fucking league fixture, which is an absolute belter in Aston Villa and Leeds United. Very, very exciting. Aston Villa won the first 5 games. Who the fuck could have predicted that? And you know what, mate? Like, from a personal point of view, I can't explain that 7-2. I've said it a gazillion times on this channel. But from an Aston Villa fan point of view, you've got to get excited. You've beat Man United 1-0. You've beat Liverpool 7-2. You've smashed it. Ross Barkley's looking like the greatest midfielder in world football on current form. It's unreal how mad it's all gelling well for Aston Villa. Jack Grealish must be having a fucking ball, mate. Leeds United, though, has also been a very exciting spark to the season. Obviously, Liverpool, they've also played Liverpool a very tight 4-3 game. Some would say they got very unlucky. Does this mean that this sets up to be an absolute drama fest? Does this mean goal fest as well, is what I meant to say? Does this mean that this is just going to be insane? 2 teams with something to fight for? Because who fucking knows who's fighting for Europe this season? It could be these 2. Therefore, they've got to have that in their minds. I feel like Aston Villa, obviously, offensively, will have a lot to offer. Leeds have shown that as well with players like Helder Costa. Bamford's even chipping in with the odd little goal. People can say what they want about him, but he's doing bits right now. If I had to say my opinion, I feel like Aston Villa aren't usually a big scoring team unless they play Liverpool Football Club a few weeks ago. Therefore, I don't see it being such a massively high-scoring game. And I predicted them to draw with Leicester last week, and they beat Leicester. Fucking hell, that's another big team. But I am going to go with a 1-1 draw. And I don't have a vendetta against Aston Villa, but it's got to somehow stop. And I'm not saying you're going to lose. And Leeds are some very good opposition. Do not disrespect Leeds, because I nearly did, and look what happened. Well, actually, I never, but loads of Liverpool fans did. I actually gave them the respect they absolutely deserve with Bielsa and stuff like that. But no, mate, I'm going with a 2-2 draw. I think I said that before. Yeah, 2-2 draw between them. And I think that's a good result nonetheless. Anyway, West Ham and Manchester City, which is 12:30 tomorrow kick-off. So that's a good game as well, mate. Let me tell you why. West Ham in good form. Manchester City, you know that they're going to start kicking into a roundabout now. So therefore, I do feel like West Ham do go into this game with momentum. I feel like they should have something to play for. Obviously, that Spurs game was insane. But the fact they was 3-0 down at the 70th minute, or whatever minute it was, or was that when Bale came on? You know what I mean? They was 3-0 down for the majority of the game. It does show that, there could not be a hint of luck. Obviously, a lot of fight has to come through to getting a 3-3 draw. I'll know as a Liverpool fan, do you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to offer to you is, I don't think you get that with City. If City are 3-0 up, I feel like they'll either run away with it or they just will not concede 3. Because as mad as this season has been, I can't see that happening 2 weeks in a row. I do see a City win. I do see it being quite a big win. No disrespect to David Moyes and West Ham, because they have done well. But I'm going to go with a 4-1 win to Manchester City, just because I feel like that's the most realistic outcome of this specific fixture, especially with how both teams will approach the game. Now, we have got Fulham versus Crystal Palace. Do you know what, mate? A mad fixture, because Fulham haven't really done as well as I thought they was in the pre-season. Now, I do think that they're probably going to get relegated. Crystal Palace have had some good results, some downs, but you know what? Overall, I feel like they're the favourites in this game. I feel like they've got enough power in Wilfred Zaha, etc. Man for man, Crystal Palace probably do have a better team than Fulham. Fulham just have quite a few experienced players, but then a lot of them are just loans, and they did that approach last time in the Premier. It's just not working for them. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Crystal Palace, because even though Fulham do get beat quite a lot this season, they've shown that they can at least compete with opposition. So I'm not going to completely write them off, but I am going with a Crystal Palace win away from home. Then the big one, this is the one that actually excites me the most as a neutral. 2 teams that I can't fucking stand as a Liverpool fan, Manchester United and Chelsea Football Club. Very interesting fixture. 2 very similar teams. Let me tell you why. Look at the managers. That's the first thing that you just need to take into consideration. Very similar in that aspect. Also at a very similar level. Like, and by the way, I say the managers because Frank Lampard's an ex-legend who's a relatively new manager. And then Solskjaer, who's not really a new manager, but to this level, he's basically just a little bit more experienced than Frank Lampard. The difference is, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Man United hasn't really been backed. Frank Lampard has most certainly been backed by Abramovich. Let's not take that out of the equation. They've bought mega players, but right now they're both very even. I feel like soon one team will overtake the other, but it's about time. It's about seeing how it will all go. But I'm seeing in this game specifically, I feel like Man United with the adrenaline that they had off the PSG game, they'll be going into this game with a lot of confidence, but I don't know. And usually Gunnar Solskjaer goes on good runs, but I feel like I'm gonna go with a United 2-1 win. I don't like predicting United to win, but I can only say it how I see it. And I feel like they've just got a little... But Chelsea won the last game, but I just feel like United have shown me a little bit more to say that they're going to get the edge, because Chelsea still have many fitness problems and Man United just seem a little bit more organised. So I'm going to go with that. Obviously, Liverpool, Sheffield, go and check out my most recent video. That's tomorrow at 8. Southampton and Everton. Southampton are very good. Southampton have got goals in that team. Don't get me wrong, Danny Ings could cause Everton problems in this game. But how do you see anything other than an Everton win? If you're the viewer watching this video and you're a neutral, they're top of the league. In fact, there's a stat for you. Even though we shouldn't be fucking playing this game, Jordan Pickford has made the most mistakes leading to goals this season. Therefore, the fact they're top of the league with a shit goalkeeper just shows that they have had an edge on Liverpool this season. Don't get me wrong, we should have beat them in the last game, but da-di-da-di-da. Fucking, I'm going to disagree with the majority. I'm going to go with a draw. Fuck it. Everton need to fucking start dropping points and they need to start doing it soon. But even from a logistical point of view, defensively, Keane was very solid against Liverpool, but usually Everton just don't look it defensively. And like I said, and I bring that stat, Jordan Pickford made the most mistakes, more than any other goalkeeper leading to goals this season. And when you put it in that perspective, it doesn't last, Everton fans. You need a goalkeeper, a actual better goalkeeper. Start that Alisson, whoever the fuck you bought. I'm going for a 1-1 draw in this game. I think Danny Ings is going to get a goal. Don't you dare misjudge players like Che Adams as well, because he's unbelievable. But we all know the threats that Everton are going to offer in this game. Maybe I'm being naive saying it's only going to be 1-1. Maybe it could be a 3-3. But I'm going for a draw and I'm going for a 1-1 because maybe the Everton attack just might not be on form that day. Who fucking knows? They've got DCL in that. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, Everton fans, because I know you're going to be pissed off by that. But you've got to drop points at some point, you know what I mean? And I can't give Everton and Man United in one video. But no, seriously, I do feel like Southampton could break them down and just hold it together. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, without rambling, Wolves, Newcastle. Both teams have been debatable, you know, Wolves especially. I'll go with a Wolves win because they need a win, therefore I feel like they'll be hungry. 1-0 to them, and Newcastle got slapped up by Manchester United. So, yeah, Arsenal-Leicester, very good game. I like that game a lot because both teams... Well, actually, Arsenal have been taking a very defensive approach. Now, I do just want you to bear in mind for this game, though, I don't know if Jamie Vardy is going to play, obviously, in the Europa League fixture either yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday because, yeah, Thursday. He got an injury, a muscle injury. That's where I found out that stat, by the way. And if he's not available, then there goes a big threat from Leicester. Therefore, with the fact that Arsenal are very defensive and very good at it, it doesn't really look good for Leicester's chance of scoring goals. Does that make sense? And I'm being logistical there. I feel like an Arsenal 2-1 win. Arsenal are very good at getting narrow wins this season. Therefore, I think they could get the edge. And they've just lost to Manchester City. So, again, they need to get back into form. Brighton and West Brom. I'm going to edge a Brighton win. They need a win. They've had quite a few unlucky results this season. I actually rate them as well. They've got Lallana, Lamptey, etc. Some good players in that team. 1-0 Brighton win. And then Burnley and Tottenham. I'm going to go with a Tottenham win because, let's be honest, mate, Gareth Bale's fit now. It's only a matter of time before he's fit and firing. Harry Kane's in mad form. It's Heung-min Son scoring goals for fun. He even scored last night in the Europa League as well. Therefore, Tottenham 3, Burnley 1. I feel like Burnley can nick one, but Burnley just haven't been that good this season, so I think Jose Mourinho will get the edge there. But don't worry, yous, this is not the end of the video. That's the end of my Premier League predictions. But before I do round up, I'm giving you a bit of a longer episode, but I'm going to obviously answer your comments, as I said at the start of the video. So, shout out to Drakey27, basically saying I'm not first. relating to comments, because a lot of people like to try and claim first. And I massively appreciate the honesty here from you, Jakey27, mate. Absolutely fair play to you. And for that honesty, you have been mentioned in this video, brother. From Blue Yeti Inc. Sorry, mate, I'm a slow reader, so that's why I read that so weirdly. You should do a live chat version and interact with the chat. Boys, girls, this is all coming. Listen, like I said at the start of the video, you've only seen like 2 months of content from me. Literally, go any further and you will not find like the content that you're seeing now, the consistency that you're seeing now. I've had this channel for over a year, but there's no way you would have been watching, except a very select few, for more than 2 or 3 months, because the majority of you have came recently. And don't worry, you will still be classed as the OGs of this YouTube channel. But at the start, like, go and watch my first few videos. You'll see what I mean by, like, there's a difference in terms of what I was as a YouTuber a year ago and what I am as a YouTuber now. Does that make sense? Hopefully that does. And I don't even class myself as a YouTuber now, to be fair, but I have more of a right to claim it than what I did a year ago. I'll tell you that for free. But don't worry. Basically, to answer your question, this is just the start. This isn't that good. It will improve. I'm going to get a proper studio soon. I'm also going to be there's loads of things, live chats, collabs, all of that, FIFA, all of that. Just give me a few months. Just give me a couple of months, and believe me, I will be giving you the ultimate content. If you think this is good, just wait and see. And that's not cockiness. This is just me letting you know, with the support that you're showing me, I will return back. Why? Because I am the postman. And what do the postmen do? They fucking deliver. Anyway, next question, from Gross Zuma. Great content. A question: who will win the Champions and Europa League? And I really did like this question. And you know what, mate? I've got a very simple answer. For the Champions League, I'm going to say Liverpool. Why? Because I feel like we're the best team in the world on our day. I feel like we'll have a hunger to go back into that competition. However, I do feel like the majority of the people in the world who watch football, if you ask them who's the best team in the world, me as a biased Liverpool fan will say Liverpool, but the majority will say Bayern Munich. Therefore, not just because of that, you've got to claim that Bayern Munich are the best team in the world if the majority think it, but I do think if Liverpool don't win it, I'm never going to go against my team when I know that we can win it. But if we don't, then I do think it'll be Bayern Munich. As for the Europa League, I feel like Spurs have a point to make. Just imagine them getting that European trophy before Arsenal. Imagine it. And I know Arsenal fans are going to be pissed off when I say that. But with Jose Mourinho, you do feel like he's building something, and you can't say he's not. Maybe I'm missing someone out in that Europa League, but just from the top of my head right now, with Bale should not be playing in the Europa League. If you told me 3 years ago, in 3 years' time, Bale is going to be playing in the Europa League, I would say whoever's got Bale is going to win the Europa League. Therefore, I'm going with Spurs, and therefore, that is how I'm going to round up this video. But let me know in the comments down below all your thoughts on everything I've just talked about. Let me know who you think's going to win the Europa League, win the Champions League. Let me know what you think of the news about Thiago and Matip. That feels like an hour ago I talked about that. But thank you so much to everyone who watched this video. I will be back with a cup of tea and not a water in the next one. But I do hope you enjoyed, and I did need to get this video together dead quick, so I'm sorry if it seems a bit forced, a bit rushed, but I just need to get it out quick because the Aston Villa and Leeds game is tonight, and I didn't realise it. But anyway, thank you for watching, love all the support, love every single one of you, and I'll see you in a bit. Ta-da.